Exclusive, DC's Moechella events became a fixture in the city after the death of George Floyd, but the recent death of a teenage boy at its Juneteenth event and a legal challenge from Coachella could jeopardize the movement. Here's WUSA 9's Larry Miller.
Moechella demonstrations found its genesis in the heart of social unrest after the death of George Floyd. The demonstrations would be a safe space to address frustration about the intensity of DC's gentrification, the scrutiny over go-go music, and the ongoing problem of gun violence.
I always knew that I had to establish that narrative of peace, and that is what Moechella is built on the foundation of.
Justin Johnson, who goes by the name Yada Ya, is the founder.
Foundation of peace, unity, building culture, and also having your voice heard.
Years of good fortune turned upside down after its Juneteenth celebration at the intersection of 14th and U in Northwest turned deadly.
Deeply saddened by the tragedy that continued to impact the whole community, because at the end of the day, we have to understand that this is all a product of gun violence in our city.
15-year-old Chase Poole was killed during the festival. MPD believes that the suspect seen here shot into the crowd, killing Poole and injuring others. The suspect is still on the run.
How has, given the events that took place on Juneteenth, how has that changed the work that you all are doing?
Post the incident, we are definitely more overtly expressing our stance against the gun violence.
It's an unpermitted event. We don't want unpermitted events.
We need some accountability here.
Mayor Bowser and MPD criticized the festival, calling it an unpermitted event. But attendees tell WUSA 9 city officials were not only aware, but members of the administration publicized the event and provided resources.
Over the 3 years that you've been holding these rallies, these concerts, these opportunities for people to gather, have you at any point in time had a permit from the city to conduct these large-scale events?
As you can see in the videos from Juneteenth and a lot of other demonstrations that we had, you see the police detail there. You see the dump trucks blocking the streets off to make sure everyone is safe.
So the city was well aware that these things were going on?
I think that, the proof is in the pudding.
The mayor's office did not respond to our request for comment. The shooting also created another problem for Moechella. Lawyers for the popular Coachella Music Festival in California filed a notice of opposition to Moechella's trademark application. Not only do lawyers claim that the name Moechella is too closely related and infringes on the trademark name Coachella, but they also cite the Juneteenth shooting as a reason the group's application should be denied, writing the negative publicity generated by applicants' Moechella event reflects negatively on a poser.
It's all in the air right now, and it's all being discussed.
When I think about the conversations that you and I had years ago, this is probably not where you thought things would be right now, given the work that you've been doing and the impact that you've been having.
Man, I just flow through it. Everything I do, I flow through it. Like they say, man playing, God laugh, So I never had any expectation on where it would go. At the same time, I see what it means. So now it's like, I have to move accordingly.
For Johnson, moving accordingly means trying to work out a solution with Coachella over the name Moechella. The two sides are in talks, and it's still early. Lawyers for Johnson, in a statement, said that the name Moechella came about as a juxtaposition and parody of the major pop festivals, specifically Coachella, which have become party grounds for the rich and famous, unaffordable for the average Washington, D.C. resident. Moechella has always been free, using music to advocate for the issues facing the people of Washington, D.C. Coachella did not respond to our request for comment when asked. Larry Miller, WUSA 9.